Welcome to 5-Minute Pitch. I'm your host, Liz Saunders. 5-Minute Pitch is the competition that gives entrepreneurs from around the globe the opportunity to virtually pitch their business or product idea for the chance to win a grand prize of $50,000. This season, more than 30 entrepreneurs will pitch their ideas via Zoom conference call to our panel of 5 experts for the chance to advance to the finals and pitch to the judges live in Miami, Florida. Our panel of expert judges includes Greg Mercer, Steve Chu, Mike Jackness, and Scott Foker, all 7- and 8-figure e-commerce sellers who have run and sold multiple successful businesses. Today we are joined by guest judge Michael Stelzner. Mike is the founder and CEO of Social Media Examiner and Social Media Marketing World and is the host of the Social Media Marketing Podcast. On today's episode, we have Jon Ford, a firefighter, family man, and entrepreneur who makes handmade soaps and essential oils. Jon has found success with his business through his Etsy store and word of mouth and is ready to take his business to the next level.
I gotta say, I'm a little nervous. I didn't think I would be. I've been looking forward to this, so I just thought, well, I'm just gonna tell my story and see what happens from there. But really, I think it's just about being passionate about my product, and I am. I know what I want to attain with this business. I know how good it is. So really, I've just got to express it to these guys, because if I'm not confident about it and I don't know what I'm talking about, then they're not going to buy into it.
This is 5-Minute Pitch.
Hey, Jon, welcome to the 5-Minute Pitch. Your 5 minutes starts now.
Let me take a few minutes to tell you about my handmade soaps and why my customers love them so much. Now, first of all, it's all in the recipe. I've taken years to get the ratios down just right, but what I use is shea butter, coconut oil, olive oil, different natural and organic ingredients that create the perfect bar of soap. Now, what it is, it's got a good bubbly lather to it. It's cleansing and it's moisturizing. Now, it's really difficult to get all these attributes into a bar of soap, but it is something I've managed to do, and my customers really love it. If you want to catch up on some of my momentum right now, my Etsy store is what I'm really pushing. The last 6 to 8 weeks is where I'm really trying to improve it, get the pictures going and tell people about it. And it's really starting to show, and I'm getting traction right there. So right now I've got, in that 6 weeks, over 100 sales. And of those sales, I've got over 50 product reviews. All of those are 5-star. It helps with things like eczema, acne, it's anti-aging. I use a lot of essential oils and a lot of things like that that really has good use for your skin once you consistently use it day by day. Of course, healthy things don't happen overnight, so people keep coming back for these products and getting more and more.
If he were to win the prize money, Jon would build up his inventory as he has a large amount of demand to keep up with. He would also upgrade his equipment in order to be more efficient and reduce the 6 to 8 week current cure and package time of his products. And he would create a subscription service for his products.
Imagine you're sitting at home and you get a box of a few random soaps, some new scents that I've just come out with, or maybe it's ones that you've chosen, your favorite scents. And then in that box, you have chapstick, maybe a bath bomb, lotion, a few other little trinkets like that. And then, of course, all that's in a neatly shipped and beautiful little box. I've thought about doing things like a lady box, a man box. You can have a box for your kids, with a lot of neat things in there. And then like maybe a sensitive skin box, because I get a lot of people that give me feedback about their conditions, especially dryness. And it's really hard to kind of get that dryness and the moisturizing just right. And I get so much feedback about that. It's not a Me Too product. It's not cell phone cases and keychains. Hey, there's nothing wrong with those products. But this product right here is something that's brandable. People can have them in their home. They can decorate their kitchen, their bathroom with them, but it's also great for their skin. It's something they can share with their family, their friends. It's a great gift all throughout the seasons.
Jon gets a lot of positive feedback from his customers because of the natural aspect of his soaps. They like the fact that there are no artificial ingredients in his product that they're using on their skin.
Hopefully you'll buy into me as a business and not just the idea. I think you can have a great product and a great idea, but if you don't know how to sell it and you can't sell yourself and sell your store, you're not going to be able to sell your product. So hopefully you like what you see and you'll move it to the next round.
Thank you so much for the pitch.
Awesome.
Great job.
Great job with it.
We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor.
If you're an e-commerce seller, you cannot afford to miss the Global Sources Summit happening April 27th to 29th in Hong Kong. I was actually there last year, and now I understand why I was chosen by Forbes as a must-attend business conference. It is the only place where you can meet thousands of suppliers from China while also getting golden nuggets to optimize your business.
Jon seems very passionate about his soap business. Let's see if he can wash away the judge's concerns.
Tell us your story. How'd you get into soap? You don't seem like a guy that would go soap.
Yeah, I get that a lot. So I'm a full-time firefighter and paramedic. So I have a lot of free time. Basically, for a firefighter's schedule, we have 24 hours on and 48 hours off. So within that 40 hours, I've got a lot of free time. I'm really into just natural health and skin health. So that's what kind of got me just trying some recipes and making some soap. And then my friends and family started enjoying it. So the rest is history.
Tell us about, like, when I'm holding this zesty orange soap. It's a 4-ounce bar. What does this sell for? What does it cost you to make? What does it cost you to ship it? Stuff like that.
That bar is probably going to be about $1.70 to make right now. I have bars as cheap as $1 and up to $2. My favorite one is tea tree. That one is really good for, cuts, scrapes, insect bites, acne. That's really the one that people keep coming back for. Tea tree is a really good one. That one I can make for about $1.30 to $1.50. Of course, once I get some equipment and inventory, that cost will come down.
Right.
Average price of $5. Of course, I'll do like bundles. The highest one that I have, and I think I've also sent to Lavender, is $6.75. That's the highest. $5, and sometimes I run sales. You might find one for $4.
Jon's business has grown largely due to Etsy and word of mouth. Because of this, he sees a great deal of repeat business. Jon says he's able to attract attention to his business in the crowded Etsy space due to the photography of his products. Let's see what else helps drive traffic.
The other thing I would say with Etsy, and this was a surprise to me, but at first I didn't want to put my face or my picture with these soaps because I thought, this is a women-driven business and a lot of women are buying these. So I thought, well, they're not going to want to buy it from me. But I had some people on Etsy actually comment and say, we want to hear about you. We want to see you and hear about your story and what you do for a living. So once I added that, people started buying. Honestly, they started giving me feedback.
Yeah, I agree. I think your story has to be part of it. I think that would, and that doesn't surprise me that your sales actually increased. And then sharing the story and kind of sharing why you decided to do it. So yeah, I would encourage you to share more of you and put yourself in the brand a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you see this going from like a niche Etsy business to something that's on a much larger scale? Because it's a very competitive, very crowded space, right?
Absolutely. It's very crowded. I think that I provide a unique approach to this. And I used to make a bar. I'm actually reinventing it. It's called the Man Bar. And I have so many of these guys at the fire department like, hey, you got any more of the Man Bars? So, it's got exfoliants, coffee grounds in it. So that's one of the things. That's a niche right there in itself. Also, I don't use animal products. So I have a vegan niche right there. And then I also have, of course, skin conditions and the tea tree and stuff like that. So I have actually a few niches within the niche of the handmade soaps.
Yeah, I agree. I love the Man Bar.
I do too.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
That would be cool.
I want mine with lavender, please.
Yeah, you just on your subscription model thing. Well, first of all, I was thinking gift baskets for the holidays. First of all, is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But on the subscription thing, I think why not just have a subscription to the bar? Forget about all the other chapsticks and stuff. And just say for a year, I'll mail you a bar once a month or something like that. If this is that simple of a product, and then you can begin upgrading to other things, because if you can get repeat customers out of this, and you already have proven it, subscription would kind of be a no-brainer. I don't think you need to make a special box and try to compete with all these kits that are out there. If they just want this thing.
The judges are often concerned with health and wellness products making claims of benefits and product descriptions. This was also a concern for Jon, so he did his research to ensure that he was in FDA compliance of his actual products, and was honest in the wording of the advertising descriptions on his packaging.
Do you have a bar that could make Steve Chu look good?
Look at this porcelain skin. I don't think
The tree bar. Do you make these yourself?
All 100% by me.
How long does it take you to make a bar?
I can make a few hundred in a day.
A challenge for Jon is that soap bars take 6 to 8 weeks to cure. Another challenge for him is that he needs a physical location for the bars to cure, which can take up a lot of space.
You are in a great spot though, because you could test different fragrances, different, like the man bar, like you could test that stuff pretty quickly in 6 to 8 weeks. That's a pretty good test cycle.
Okay, here's a crazy idea. Put a little put a hotel-sized man bar in every one of these things that you mail to a woman, and just say, try our man bar, or give this to the man closest to you, and you're going to start going nuts on that man bar.
That's a great idea. What's your production capacity? I mean, you said obviously you got to let it cure for 8 weeks. So if this thing started taking off in your current setup and facilities, how many bars could you produce in like an 8 week period before you run out of room? And because it sounds like space is going to be your biggest consideration.
On the Etsy, since they allow you to put so much of your story, they actually allow you to put a video on there. So when you do look up a Shea Soap Garden, you're going to see a picture I have of this cabin. It's kind of the cabin that people turn into tiny homes. And this is a recent investment that I did. So basically, I'm going to make my soap in there. I'm going to cure it in there. I'm going to store it in there. I'm going to have a business office in there. Again, I can make hundreds in a day.
Right.
So over an 8 week period, I've got plenty of room to do that. And let's say if I fill up that cabin full of soaps and my business is going that well, fine, I'll get another cabin.
Right.
I like your attitude.
Yeah, that's good.
Very cool.
That's good.
Great job, man. It was a great presentation. I love you. I love your attitude, and we'll definitely be in touch as we go through the next round.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah, great job, Jon.
Okay, appreciate you guys.
After the pitch, I caught up with Jon to see how he feels about his time with the judges.
Wow. It was amazing. It was fun. But I felt like I said everything that I needed to say. So I'm happy about that. I think I accomplished my mission to get them excited about it. I hope they move into the next round. So it's been fun so far.
The judges like Jon and his business. Let's see if he has what it takes to move on to the next round.
When I first seen him, I didn't think we'd be talking about like soap.
Right.
And the man soap thing and what you pointed out, I think that really struck me. And I think if he played on himself, he could do really well. I really liked him. I could tell he's a hustler. And I think his margins can be really good once he dials it in.
I'm going to throw a little wrench in here because while I liked him, I think his business plan of putting these boxes together and subscription models and putting chapstick in it was totally off base, you know? And
you could drive up the price for that, though. The problem with just one bar of soap, right, is like, how much can you really charge for it?
he said he was charging $5 for a bar of soap.
Yeah, I'd have to see him go into like a 3-pack, 6-pack, something like that. Well,
the other side of it is the man bar was like not even his pitch, you know? We like the man bar because we're all guys, but he's really not selling the guys. He's trying to sell us on the girl soap.
Yeah.
So the question is...
But guys don't buy soap. The girls buy soap for the guys.
Jon's pitch for me was one of the most interesting in terms of the evolution of my mindset. You know, Liz drops off this soap, and my initial thing was like, oh my gosh, another soap company, right? It's just like there's like so many of these. This is a saturated industry. So I was like thinking like probably this is going to be a no, like without even like hearing the pitch.
Yeah.
Then this guy comes on, awesome personality, great story. You know, you need, I think, if you're going to succeed in this type of niche, you've got to have an angle at this point. It can't just be just the product being good because there's already, like that stuff exists. A great product with essential oils, natural ingredients. This has already been done before. But if you have a story, you can tie the firefighter thing to it. And it's so unique and kind of like out in left field, this firefighter that makes handmade soap. And you can really leverage the firefighter angle because people latch on to stuff like that. So I really ended up loving it in the end. I thought it was a really cool story, and I think that there's a good potential for growing a really, not just lifestyle business, but a particularly big business out of this.
Jon is a very charismatic firefighter, which is a hard personality not to like. And I think that's clouding you guys' judgment of his actual business. It is a super saturated market, like you brought out. He doesn't really have any unique selling points. He only sold us like on himself, which is hard to do when you're just selling your product like through an online store. This is like every other handmade soap that you probably just download the recipe off the internet. You order a few things, put them together. He doesn't have like an amazing brand. Like if you can really stand out like with your brand, maybe you can make it work, but he doesn't have that right now. I can't even tell you the name of his brand
there because like
Shea Tea something. I don't even know the name of his brand.
Shea,
I
know because I wrote it
Shea
down.
Tea, but like no strong.
I think Jon's
value
going to take
prop.
offense at your comment because he personally blends.
I think
all
he
of
could
his
kick your
soaps.
butt.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would whoop my ass. Yeah, for sure.
I want to think about that.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I like him. He could have sold anything, actually. I think I would have liked him. Drew said earlier, it's not about the product.
So what's your vote?
Are we voting already?
I guess you could take it off. Let's put you on the spot.
I'm a yes.
I like the man soap, and really that's the only thing that I like. I like him and the man soap combined. So that wasn't really what he pitched. So I have to ask myself, am I going to vote on what he pitched, or am I going to vote on what came out
what
of
you suggested for him?
Because he's the one that mentioned the man soap. So I have to ask you guys, what am I voting on? Do I vote on what he pitched? Because if I vote on what he pitched, it's a no.
Go with your gut.
If I vote on the man soap, it's a yes.
You got to go with your
So
gut.
I'm going to say yes only on the man soap.
Is it because we're men here, though? I mean,
no, because that's a unique opportunity for him to position soap. I've never heard of man soap, and he's the perfect man for it, and that could be freaking huge, and he would have no competition. So that's my vote, yes. But go man soap. Forget the rest of it.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. I do think, though, that once he kind of starts to carve out that part of it, he will be able to introduce those other things. And I'm not saying to stop doing those things, but I would start focusing heavily on that picture. So I'm going to say yes for him.
Yeah, I'm going to say yes. I see the potential there. That there's existing sales. It's not a whole lot, but the review rate, I thought was incredible. 50% review rate basically on the sales.
I don't know what to expect on Etsy.
Maybe,
sounds amazing.
Maybe Etsy's higher than normal, but like it's still
sounds really
like
amazing.
so out of
It's
left
a more
field.
personal platform.
Yeah, but people typically only leave reviews if they're really
50%
happy or
still
really
incredible.
upset, right? And I don't know. I couldn't ignore that stat. That was one thing that really stuck out for me that I wrote down, and I'm a yes.
So we got a yes. We got one no.
Let's hope you don't have a fire.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I do have to say no, but best of luck, John. And I would go with the man soap if I was you.
All right, cool.
Well, yes,
So congratulations on the next round.
John.
Congratulations, John. You're moving on to the deliberation round. Next time on 5 Minute Pitch.
My name's Nick Streets. I am a freelancer in Los Angeles, California. My product is an app called Giggle. Giggle is a income tracker for freelancers.
So your main value prop is that it's a very simple app tailored to your industry if you don't really want to figure out how to use like a more complicated tool that's overkill.
Yeah.
Man, I just don't know. I don't see the big picture. I mean, I'm having a really tough time.